Former finance minister under NPP, Ken Ofori Atta, has been declared wanted by Special Prosecutor Kisi Ajabin.
Transmitted by his lawyers on 31 January 2025. That is, he has left the jurisdiction indefinitely. That was what was communicated to us at the first instance, and that is his intention. He has no intention of willingly returning to the jurisdiction. That much is clear to us. Consequently, ladies and gentlemen of the media, the OSP declares Kenneth Nanaya Ofori Atta a wanted person. He is a fugitive from justice. The OSP will take all necessary legal steps to secure his return to the jurisdiction and attendance at the OSP. And this is to Mr. Ofori Atta. You have two choices. You can either return to the jurisdiction voluntarily, or the OSP will enforce your return.
I am for Mwakwa by the Bavimbas TV, so let's show. And then the first time I share a video, and I'll share a video. We share video on YouTube. We can subscribe here. Yes, show so be subscribe. Now, what turning on the post notification. Now, we share video way on X, formerly Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Full video no Bavimbas on YouTube. Story way, I know. I share point in Yabotre. Let's share video way to the very last end. Former finance minister, trendy Ken Ofori Atta, of course. Former president of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and so trendy. National Cathedral, trendy. GRA, trendy, among other things on social media. So, now, Yenu Ukasesi CA, former finance minister, has been declared wanted. According to Office of the Special Prosecutor, leader na Kisi Ajabin, or your wanted fugitive. You can be a fugitive as a chair in brief, and they say, Yeshisheno, someone be answer questions. A year you know sikasem justice chese wayenye mabia enye and we jane. According to Office of the Special Prosecutor, they have tried to invite this man peacefully number answer questions after says some investigations pointed say we dig Ghana sika, we are Ghana sika, why deals be a fictitious. Now they want him to come and answer. According to Kisi Ajabin chese and the lawyers, Ken Ofori Atta lawyers, preventing from coming with massive excuse here and there, last, almost oyare, only for him to escape out of the country. Just with Johnny Efri Ghana, Sisia Omuni Kase. Now, according to Kisi Ajabin, or say it's two things. Either say Ken Ofori Atta and Kasa ebe back country in back about answer questions. And much as say and now said they will force him to return. Mind you, Office of the Special Prosecutor, no, just in the past, you know, in same BCC, people said he wasn't effective or organized press. HM say, you know, powers from above, American people what power preventing from doing his duty. And see, this particular revelation or the Abeto out, no, are shocking a lot of people. There are people who said they were active fast in grabbing Ken Ofori Atta. There are people who also said, Sika allegedly, Papa we are no Drew into fast. Everything within their possible best to arrest him wherever he's hiding and bring him back into the country to investigate him. Now, and the story be a trend in case you are wondering why Ken Ofori Atta is trending. According to OSP, we wear Sika Binom Ed. Now, you wasting more time. Mama, you communicate and our press Kisi Ajabin, Office of the Special Prosecutor leader, edit two out. Our church in the same name. Vimbas TV so and yaba to amuso.
In any case, the purported medical letter transmitted through his lawyers to the OSP did not state so or demonstrate so. The OSP is unconvinced that the purported medical letter transmitted by Mr. Ofori Atta through his lawyers to the OSP represents a medical report to the effect that Mr. Ofori Atta is incapacitated or is so sickly and invalid to the extent that he is physically unable to return to the jurisdiction without imperiling his life. No serious law enforcement agency, and certainly not the OSP, will be convinced that the purported medical letter stops it from demanding the physical appearance of Mr. Ofori Atta before it in the described circumstances. We are of the firm conviction here that this is only a ruse employed by Mr. Ofori Atta in aid of his intention to avoid returning to the jurisdiction and to personally answer questions in respect of the investigations. We are convinced that the real intention of Mr. Ofori Atta is what was communicated to the OSP in the very first letter transmitted by his lawyers on 31 January 2025, that is, he has left the jurisdiction indefinitely. That was what was communicated to us at the first instance, and that is his intention. He has no intention of willingly returning to the jurisdiction. That much is clear to us. Consequently, ladies and gentlemen of the media, the OSP declares Kenneth Nanaya Ofori Atta a wanted person. He is a fugitive from justice. The OSP will take all necessary legal steps to secure his return to the jurisdiction and attendance at the OSP. And this is to Mr. Ofori Atta. You have two choices. You can either return to the jurisdiction voluntarily, or the OSP will enforce your return. And at 4:16 p.m. the very next day, it is yesterday, Tuesday, 11 February 2025, before we could respond to the letter that came on Monday, the OSP received another letter from Mr. Ofori Atta's lawyers. This time, it was an inquiry. Mr. Ofori Atta's lawyers wanted to know, and they stated that they were informed by the household of Mr. Ofori Atta that in the morning of Tuesday, 11 February 2025, that is yesterday, 12 men, comprising 1 police officer, 4 military men, and 7 other men in plain clothing, visited Mr. Ofori Atta's house, and that by threat of force, they were able to enter Mr. Ofori Atta's house, and they undertook an exercise purporting to be a search of every room, office, gym, and other spaces in the house. Mr. Ofori Atta's lawyers then inquired if the OSP could confirm that the actions of the 12 men were the instance of the OSP, so as to enable them to decide if a complaint to the police would be unnecessary. Mr. Ofori Atta's lawyers and prayed for a prompt response from the OSP to prevent imposter action. We are now responding promptly, and we have chosen the course of answering Mr. Ofori Atta's inquiry publicly at this briefing, considering the circumstances surrounding the purported raid at Mr. Ofori Atta's house, media reportage of the purported raid, and in light of the reckoning that some media houses have stated emphatically that the OSP was behind the purported raid, and in light of the reckoning that the purported raid is being made to appear as if it was some untoward action by the OSP stemming from some contrived vendetta held by the OSP against Mr. Ofori Atta. So, here we go. And this is our response to Mr. Ofori Atta directly, but through you, the media. Mr. Ofori Atta, the OSP did not raid your house on Tuesday, 11 February 2025, or on any other day. Mr. Ofori Atta, the OSP did not cause any persons, however uniformed or bedecked, to raid your house on Tuesday, 11 February 2025, or on any other day. Mr. Ofori Atta, that could not have been the OSP, and that is not our style. If the OSP enters your premises, you will not be in doubt as to whether it was the OSP that had come there, and your lawyers will not have cause to do an inquiry ascertaining whether it was the OSP. We have our unique methods of conducting searches, and we have uniquely designed insignia identifying ourselves, and not just by a statement that we are from the OSP. This is one such main insignia. A person cannot just show up and say they are from the OSP. It's cheap, anyone can say that. But when the OSP enters your premises, you will definitely know by our insignia, our methods, and the way we identify ourselves that this is the OSP. Our intelligence points us to state that the purported raid on Mr. Ofori Atta's residence was staged, or at best, an imposter action in an attempt to court disfavor for the OSP and to derail the investigation. You know us very well. The OSP is never deterred by such occurrences, and the investigations will continue as by law prescribed. These occurrences and the OSP's intelligence, which will not be revealed at this time for fear of compromising the investigation, are very instructive as not to put premium on Mr. Ofori Atta's alleged imminent peril should he travel back to the jurisdiction.
Out of our money, Ghana money, our money, Ghana money, ɛna allegedly Ken Ofori Atta ewia bebree awe OSP ɛhwehwɛ no, to which according to Kisi Ejabeng Wajapa. Now, people are entreating him to immediately work. Emma way and yet to say, skirmishes beginning, say, now end, almost solve the issue, back door. Almost say, the new Ghana, the URA, the leadership under John Dramani Mahama must recover all loot. Anyway, a story be say I blow up on the internet. You monitor, you follow any update at all for your bedroom. Well, Vimbas TV so,
Vimbas TV.